Welcome to Relationships Work. Hi, I'm Lori Hollander.
And I'm Bob Hollander.
And we're here today to talk with you about the 3 R's of conflict.
And they are return to the scene of the crime, review step by step, frame by frame, that crime, and then redo.
So we're going to use one of our examples. This morning, you were telling me, Bob, what were you saying?
Well, I was getting very excited. I get sometimes excited, very excited about a presentation.
Exuberant.
And I get a little grandiose.
Yeah.
Okay, and I go on and on and on and on, and it gets to be ridiculous.
Okay, so you acknowledge that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the moment, he doesn't acknowledge that.
No, I'm lost in it.
Yeah, so what happens is I, the practical one, start to think, are you kidding? We can't do this. And then Bob and I get into a fight. Yeah. So I walk upstairs and we each are responsible for cooling ourselves off and coming back to the table.
So one person's got to say, come on back.
Right.
It happened to be me. It would be nice if it were you, but it happened to be me. It's usually me, by the way. But in any event, that's another broadcast.
Okay, so we returned to the scene of the crime and sat down
together.
Returning to the scene of the crime, and it looked like rain. So we brought you guys inside to finish the video.
Right. So we're going to go back, as we did, and I knew I had to go back and review what happened frame by frame to get a sense of what was going on and what we might have to do to correct this whole situation.
Right. So we walked through what happened and what the other one was thinking. Right. And I'll go first, Bob. When you were starting to escalate and you were winding up and giving me all these ideas, I was thinking, oh my God, here we go again. This is totally impractical, and I had to stop you. So I cut you off. That's what was happening in my mind.
Yeah, and I was on a roll, and I was very excited, and the more excited I get, the more you would shut me down, and it was a total invalidation. And I got louder, and you shut that down, and that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
So I felt rejected.
All right. So you see, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't my fault. We just had a disagreement, and we were in 2 different places, and there was the clash.
We're not talking about fault so much. We're talking about cause and effect.
Right.
Okay, so then the next step, that's the review. Now to redo, I have to go to Lori, which I did, and I said, Lori, let's do this again. Let's go back to the scene of the crime, and I want to tell you what I could have done differently. And what I could have done differently is know that you hate that. It drives you nuts, and that I should have, instead of being so enthusiastic and exuberant about all these things that some of them were ridiculous, just to suggest that there might be some in here, Lori, that could be helpful, and I like to just put it out there. There might be some that don't seem to make it much sense, but I just want to talk.
And what I could have done different is not shut you down, but just allow you to finish without cutting you off, and then talk about it later.
Right.
So that's the redo.
And it's so simple. And believe me, if we didn't redo it now correctly, we would redo it later incorrectly until we had a session like this.
Right. So that's the deal, folks. What you need to do when you have a conflict is return to the scene of the crime.
Review
what happened frame by frame, and then last is redo it. So each person talks about what they would have done or could have done differently, and hopefully that helps for next time.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Always have conflicts.
That's right.
Okay. Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.